Unit 731? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's this. I think it's this like a mystery. I'll watch it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that's in my headphones.
Monday.
And if I did end, I was gonna play BO7 until like 4 a.m. So fuck, let's go.
The peak is shrouded in fog. It's the aftermath of one of the most violent storms to hit the area in months. A search helicopter powers through the mist, scouring the region for a pair of hikers from Tokyo who set out the day prior and haven't been seen or heard from since. This hunt has been ongoing for hours, sunlight dwindling as search teams comb every crevice, yet find no trace of anyone around.
Yo, it reminds me, bro. Imagine like during like the tribal times where there was actual zero technology. Bro, if your tribe member was lost, that was GG. There was no sort of way to find him again. Well, what they got like some look at the North Star. That's it, bro.
But
Did they even know about the North Star back then? Shit.
as nightfall takes its grip, enveloping the area in complete blackness, suddenly, something strange enters their view. Just south of Mount Asahidake, a crudely constructed, massive SOS sign beckons from a clearing. It's undeniable that the missing hikers have made this, and it's a damn good thing they did, because with conditions like these, finding them otherwise would have been nearly impossible. The team swarms the area with newfound hope that these hikers just might be hiding nearby. They search and search and search until finally they find them.
Dead? Oh, they're alive.
Emerge from a cave. They are completely disoriented, battered, and exhausted, but most prominently are in complete disbelief that the rescuers found them. As they're pulled up into the aircraft, the search team reassures them that they're gonna be okay before commending them on their efforts while out there.
That lord. I never got lost in the forest.
Without your help, they claim. You guys did a really great job building that sign.
Oh, they're like, what sign?
The men pause for a minute, visibly confused. I'm sorry. We didn't build the sign.
This one, you gotta use
We
the
have
solve
no
it.
idea what you're talking about.
Oh wait, who made the sign? Go. Go. No. Don't get my mac and cheese. Alright. Just okay. Fucking mouse. There we go. I made the SIB GB. Don't know what that is. Oh.
You know, I'll admit,
Sign.
the island of Hokkaido is beautiful.
Wait, what? It's a
landscape adorned with volcanic mountaintops, trails with serene views, and a multitude of steam vents, giving the area an almost dreamlike aesthetic.
I can't
It's no
translate
wonder
because
that
I
it's one
can't
of the most
say.
popular hiking spots in Japan.
You definitely
as no
sped
matter
kid,
what time of
bro. You said SIB GB, and you're calling me the sped kid, dude. Look, bro. Okay, I'll say this. Before streaming, okay, I would have probably thought that would be signed, okay? But I guess now, I just use context clues, bro. Boggles moments. Like it's autocorrect, okay? Like, you agree? Yeah? You agree? Yeah?
Here you go.
Oops.
You're bound to have an experience you'll never forget. From the summit of Mount Asahidake, It was 2.6 miles directly south where the
Yo,
SOS sign
Hunter! Yo, Hunter's grades!
awaited. Resting in a relatively flat wetland, it was constructed with 19 cleanly cut birch tree logs, each measuring at around 16 feet long.
Wait, what if it's just, what if it was just like some other random SOS that, like, what if there was other people that actually needed SOS and they made that sign and they just found those hikers?
The deviation down here is considerably longer than the main hiking trail on the mountain, making its
Like, what if it's just
existence
other, like, literally
entirely
different people that
perplexing.
needed help? That might be
As
it.
far as it's known, there are no trails south of this mountain.
That's what they're trying to figure out.
implying
Okay, I'm just
that
saying.
whoever
I'm just
built it
saying.
Had
I'm just
to have
saying.
made their
Just like, okay,
diversion from
okay,
the north.
okay. You know what? Cat attack. Cat attack. Raw, raw, raw. Okay.
A detour littered with steep cliffs, a dense forest, and even the turbulent Chubetsu River. At this point, it's
They're gonna
completely
slam you out when you
unknown
get
how this
older.
person got here.
Alright, when she gets in her teen rebellious phase, okay, it's okay. I know you're gonna hate cuddles too. You're gonna hate cuddles when you get older, but don't worry. When you become adults, you're gonna like the cuddles again, right? You're gonna kind of the people they found said they didn't make it and it wasn't near them. Grown ass man, by the way. I can't love my cat. I can't love my ube, huh? Now, huh? Okay, look. Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't make it, right? So then it's probably just some other person.
And for Japanese police, it was
Bro, giving
undeniable
grandpa
that a mystery
vibes.
was brewing on
It's
the mountain.
my kitty. It's my kitty. What do you mean? It's my kitty. Okay, it's my ube. All right.
Someone is still out there, likely pleading for help. One day later, a second team is dispatched to probe the area for any signs of hikers in distress.
Oh.
This time with emphasis on the wetland the site
Oh.
sits in.
Oh.
And while they all held out hope
Oh.
of finding someone still alive,
Oh.
unfortunately, just a few short hours into their search,
Dispatch. Yo, dispatch
they'd
reference.
uncover quite the contrary. Hidden near the SOS sign are scattered human remains covered in bite marks from wildlife, and nearby, a backpack containing various items. A Sony Walkman, 4 cassette tapes, toothpaste,
I like the
a
UI.
bar of soap, and a towel. A Sony
Yeah.
Walkman,
What do you get?
bar of soap,
Toothpaste, a bar soap, and a towel.
and a towel.
Wait, so
Toothpaste,
you bring toothpaste but not a toothbrush?
a bar of soap, and a towel. At first glance, it's obvious that the belongings in the human bones are connected. However, a curious question lingered in everyone's mind. How did this person with enough energy and strength to build an SOS sign out of 19 massive logs allow themselves to die in nature? For the rescue team, nothing further was discovered that day.
I mean,
For
like,
what it's worth, though,
does that really relate? Because, like, it's nature, you know? Like, nature just happens sometimes. Like, the power scaling of nature is not balanced. Like, sure, you can carry 19 logs to make SOS, but, like, you could just die from anything, you know? In the world.
allow themselves to die in nature. For the rescue team, nothing further was discovered that day. For what it's worth, though, this seemed like a pretty open and shut case. Locals have claimed that the weather
Yeah, but why not build shelter if you can somehow get 19 logs to carry them? Giant ass logs? Maybe he just didn't know how to build. Oh, no, they're giant ass logs, right? Oh, okay. Bro said power scaling. But how else am I supposed to like say it, huh? Like it makes sense. Like, okay, my bad, the food chain or something.
on this mountain is volatile, with thunderstorms rolling in with hardly any notice. Perhaps this person got turned around, mistakenly made their way down here, and spent their final days awaiting help that never came. The site at the SOS sign
in
and
the
story
mountains.
it tells
Okay,
is
in the
grim.
mountains too, right?
But all things considered, this case, again, seemed relatively straightforward. Someone passed away here and built an SOS sign before it happened. The only question really was, who was it? And how exactly did they get here?
Ube would survive easily and would make a shelter because she OP. Yeah, Ube OP. Ube solos everybody, right? She's sleeping.
Two days pass, and examiners from the Asahikawa Medical University notify
AC on the floor? But like, that would just make your feet cold.
Hokkaido police that the human bones belonged to a female. Reportedly, she was about 5 foot 3 inches tall, had type O blood.
Damn, 5'3". Damn, it is what it is, bro. Dap, I'm hungry. And eat some food, bro. Like,
She was about 5 foot 3 inches tall, had type O blood, was somewhere between 20 and 40 years old at the time of her death, carried bone fractures in multiple locations, and died within the span of 1 to 3 years prior.
oh, years?
Aside
Oh,
from this,
5'3"
there
meant
is
to carry
further
19
identifying
logs.
information about her.
Look, bro,
And
maybe she's a bodybuilder, you know? Like,
effectively, she was consistent. Something is wrong.
yeah, this guy.
This doesn't make any sense.
You can't
at
even
all.
carry that? Yeah, true.
Upon calculating the weight of the SOS logs by utilizing numerous wood weight charts online, I found that 16-foot segments of birchwood weighs anywhere between 150 and 400 pounds each, depending on diameter. Multiply this by the 19 segments this sign is comprised of, and we have a whopping total range of 2,850 and 7,600 pounds of total weight making up this sign. So, with this information, we're left to assume that a 5'3" female with fractured bones had the energy and strength to not only cut down 19 massive trees with tools that were never found, but also had the stamina to transport anywhere between 1 and 3 tons of weight, completely by herself. Let's not forget, either, that all of this was done after taking a treacherous 2.6-mile diversion down the south side of the mountain, undoubtedly causing considerable exhaustion from the elements. Without help, constructing this sign alone is an extraordinary feat, a feat that doesn't add up given the context here. So, was this person actually alone? Or was there perhaps
Ube is like
someone
carrying
else
Q-tips. Facts. Ube
that
strong.
died there with her?
So 1 to 3 years prior. So it's like they haven't. So has the SOS sign been there for 1 to 3 years?
Alright guys, before we continue down the rabbit hole, I'd like to tell you about tonight's video sponsor, Incogni.
What is this?
Alright, so it seems like nearly every year now, I read about Yepers were exposed to services that
data
you
breach?
have no
Okay.
knowledge about.
Skip ad. I'm just wondering like what would be, you know, like what do they do, you know, like how, you know, like Incogni, like there's a million websites like this Incogni, you know. What image for the word ad? Oh, it's the do I have 7TV? bro. It's the subscribe, I think, right? Yeah, it's a subscribe with Prime. Hey, what up? What's up, Butch?
It's late.
I can't. What's
at
up, Butcher?
HQ, and investigators are scouring for clues. Of everything they uncovered, the cassette tapes seem to be the most promising lead on uncovering the identity of
Okay,
this
what's
woman.
up? Okay, let's see.
And so
Let's see her music tape. Her music taste. Let's see.
they put them in their tape player and begin to listen. As they play, they're met with musical tracks taken from various anime TV shows.
Okay.
However, once they make it to the last one, something strange gives them pause.
I'll tell her I said hey to Lachong. He looking mighty fine today. Okay. Is it a gun?
Despite the bones being female, the voice on this recording, clearly in distress, belongs to a man. And the translation: SOS, help me. I'm stuck on the cliff. SOS, help me. I'm at the location where I first met the helicopter. The Sasa is deep and I can't climb up. Please pick me up here. Interesting.
Oh, but like, why would she have that? Yeah, we're not sleeping tonight. GG's.
Aside from the blatant parallels to the SOS sign, I can't help but find it strange that this man uses not a single phrase implying that he's with someone.
More reacts after? I do not
you,
know. I don't know,
If I
Alexis.
were stranded somewhere with another person, I'd plead for someone to help us.
These
Because
sound
we
effects.
are the ones stuck here. In this recording, though, it sounds as if he's completely alone, unaware that a female is stranded in the exact same area. Almost like, to him, this female doesn't exist. The woman who the bones belong to and the man who the voice belongs to almost exist in a vacuum. Remnants of two people discovered in the exact same spot, completely unaware of the other's existence. The only thing tying them together, an SOS sign nearly impossible for one person
But
to
like, then maybe the bones aren't even connected to the bag, because they found the bag next to the bones. What if they're just separate? What if they're just not even equal? And what if the bag was his, but the bones were her? They weren't even like connected.
And whispers of an agonizing death. A sight of demise that we are years too late with uncovering.
She summoned Ube to help. I mean, Ube wasn't alive. Ube wasn't even alive back then, though. No, she'll find a way. Ube time travel.
Fascinated by this case, a Japanese reporter named Koyo Abaratani sets out to the site of the SOS sign.
You don't know
in search
Ube
of
feats?
any clues the police may have
Maybe I
overlooked.
don't. Maybe I don't know her feats.
While
right?
uncovering anything new was one hell of a long shot. Surprisingly, after they dug through some tree roots, they actually uncovered something. Just 165 feet north of the SOS sign
No
and
way.
hidden under foliage was a large hole containing various belongings. 2 cameras, a notebook, and
Oh.
most prominently,
Okay.
a license.
Okay, some good info.
This ID belonged to a man named Kenji Iwamura, someone from Kanan City in southern Japan, over 800 miles south. This discovery was massive because, for all anyone knew, this was bound to be their guy. I mean, this
Okay,
had to have
random
been the
thought. Imagine like life pre-names. Like, what do you even call your other caveman?
voice on the recording, right? And of course, this man must have been associated in some capacity with the female bones found at the same site. While she may be, up to this
Let's
point,
pretend you didn't make
still
that joke.
unidentified,
It's not a joke.
at the
It's
very
not a joke. I was actually okay. That last part was a joke. Okay, I was just saying like what would really happen pre-names though. You know, that's the question. And then I said the joke after. Okay, two completely separate things. We won't. Okay.
least, those investigating this case finally had a name:
Funny.
Kenji Iwamura.
Okay, say it again if it was funny.
It's the middle of summer, and 24-year-old Kenji Iwamura...
You know what? I'm asking
sits-
ChatGPT. How about that? Fuck y'all. Okay. Fuck y'all. Okay. Yo, what's good, Sky? How you doing today? What was life? What was life like before names were invented? The tall one, the strong one, the fast runner, or the one with the scar? Tribal group names: son of the hunter, daughter of the chief, the healer, the gatherer, the leader. Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
sound for Mount Asahidake.
We're reacting to Italian hentai. Okay, bro. Unless I'm having another moment, then time is going fast. We get I'm still live. Don't worry, Sky. We're just reacting, just doing some late night reacts. There's a video called "Japan's Strangest Unsolved Mystery." I just watched the video.
He arrives at a small mountain lodge
How you doing,
at
Sky?
the base of the summit and only plans to be there for a couple nights.
Welcome back.
Later on, he informs the hotel owner that he's embarking on a
No, it's
hike,
called Italia.
ignoring
Okay,
warnings
now
of
we're-
a storm that would hit the area that night. Hesitant, the owner agrees, and so Kenji sets off from
Question
the hotel
mark?
lobby.
Oh wait. Okay.
and
Let me.
embarks.
Okay. Wait. What do you mean another moment and time is going faster? Are you a time traveler, Sky?
Into the great unknown.
Let me.
Kenji set
Okay.
couple nights, small mountain lodge. Okay,
Yeah,
for
I'm
a
real. I
crowd
was paying
that
attention.
would hit the
Okay.
area that night. Hesitant, the owner agrees, and so Kenji sets off from the
Okay.
hotel lobby
Okay.
and embarks into the great unknown. As time ticks by, the sky darkens. The hotel owner becoming increasingly anxious and with no way to contact him to confirm how he's faring in this unstable weather. Hours pass without a word from him. The storm comes and goes. The clock approaches. Days pass without a word from him. Weeks come and go. Kenji Iwamura never turned up. He was never seen again. With the discovery of Kenji's ID, police were certain that they'd crack this case. Reportedly, determining gender from bone fragments isn't always accurate, and for all they knew, they had to belong to him. From here, they tracked down and contacted Kenji's family, believing that this was the final piece of verification they needed to close this case.
Now she's still alive.
Their confidence was at an all-time high, catalyzed by his parents later claiming that he was an avid fan of anime and that the backpack they uncovered indeed belonged to him. And so, at last, the police played the cassette tape for them, certain that they'd recognize the voice of
no
their
way.
son.
They're gonna be like, wait, that's not my son. Hold on.
And as fate would have it, by the grace of God, they didn't recognize this voice at all. They have no idea who this person is.
Okay, but what if they trolling though? Okay, I'm just like.
With
Okay,
no
but what
evidence
if,
of
though?
foul play, Hokkaido police, bizarrely, continued to run with their theory that this sign was built by Kenji Iwamura. They cast aside the consensus about the bones, the lack of identification with the voice, and simply ran with it. It took just 11
Damn, so
days
there's
for them to
three.
close this.
Wait, so there's three different branching. So there's the woman's, but it's not even confirmed if it's a woman. So that's not even. I don't know. And there's the bag, and there's the other, and then there's the ID. So which is not even. There's the bag with the cassette tape. It's not even Kenji, and there's the other bag north of the SOS with Kenji. So is there three people or two people? What if they trolling? Okay. Like why? Okay, putting it in quotes does not. Okay, that
This case, and to this day, the mystery surrounding the SOS sign has been cast into the void of history, solved to them. Yet
Dad, you
completely
died first day
bewildering
in the
to
forest.
world surrounding
I probably would. I don't know. I don't have any survival skills.
By 1990, the bones were re-examined, and the consensus underwent a surprising change. Reportedly, they never belonged to a woman with type O blood, but rather a man
Okay.
with type A.
So it's not even a woman. So they just so they were trolling. So whoever examined it was trolling. Okay. And they probably didn't have any good technology back then.
Why the hell were the bones suddenly reclassified? Who was the man recorded on Kenji's tapes? How were these massive trees carried and placed by just one person? And how were these trees chopped down at all? Taking a broader look at the landscape, we've established that the site of the SOS sign was reached by a diversion from the main Mount Asahidake trail. As we've seen, though, multiple hikers have done this. So how have they all made the exact same mistake? So, as it turns out, there is an incredibly confusing landmark on the mountain. It's a boulder called Safe Rock, and it's typically used by climbers to orient themselves on their trek, as once you encounter it, you're required to take a right turn to continue your journey to the peak. Bizarrely, however, there sits another identically shaped boulder right next to Safe Rock, called Fake Safe Rock.
Bruh.
Unlike the former, using this one as a guide diverts hikers to the much more dangerous south side of the mountain.
Bro.
Terrain littered with steep cliffs and intense grades filled with a specific type of bamboo, known locally as sasa.
Zaza?
In recent years, Fake Safe Rock has been marked with a rope to signal that you shouldn't follow it. However, to this day, hikers often misinterpret it for the actual Safe Rock, adding even further confusion to an already disorienting.
Bro, just put a sign up, says fake Safe Rock. That's it, bro. Why they gotta do these logs and like some rope and shit? Bro, you got chalk, right? Chalk was invented during this time, right? So just like draw it, fake Safe Rock.
Situation.
Dumbass
you're
police,
finding
dude.
this convoluted as I'm explaining it to you. Now imagine if you were faced with this dilemma while exhausted.
Oh wait, but the rain though. The rain would dissolve the chalk. Okay.
In the wild.
It was gonna wash away if it's chalk. Yeah.
Completely alone.
Okay.
To this day, it's believed that both the Tokyo hikers and Kinji Iwamura made this mistake, leaving them both to be stranded and completely helpless. So with this in mind, let's go forth and entertain the idea that Kinji Iwamura was the only one involved here. Let's just say that everything belongs to and was done by no one but him. So it went a little something like this. Kinji Iwamura begins his trek from the lodge and makes his way up the Asahidake Trail. Because of the impending storm, it's possible that there are few hikers up on the mountain. He makes his journey all the way up before the sky darkens and dense fog rolls in. He encounters the fake safe rock, confusing it for the real one, and makes a right turn, leading him south. As the day bleeds by, he begins to panic, the sky darkening as his psyche becomes ever more anxious. He recognizes not a single thing about the path he's on, and it becomes rapidly clear to him that he's venturing nowhere near the summit. Completely turned around and with no other choice, he continues, following some semblance of a path, even though it's only heading down. Is he heading back to camp? Are there any towns in this direction? Where exactly is he going? As hours pass, he becomes more panicked and begins screaming for help, for anyone to hear him. He falls off a cliff on the way down and breaks 2 bones, and so, in immense distress, pulls out his Sony Walkman to record an SOS message and later plays it on repeat to save himself from damaging his voice. As he continues to limp downward, he encounters and crosses the Chibetsu River before eventually landing at his final destination, the flat wetland where he would build the SOS and where the two would inevitably remain. You know, on the surface, this theory makes sense. However, when you begin to pick apart the finer details, this story rapidly falls apart. As we know, the only cliffs in the vicinity are up the mountain, and if these are what Kinji's referring to in his recording, assuming it's him, then he made it to the wetland with broken bones and in excruciating pain. Even if we give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he had every tool in the world, building a sign of this scale would take immense effort for just one person. It's been said that something like this would take 2 days to construct for someone healthy. So how in the world did Kinji do this while critically injured? There was no axe ever found, and why would he have one on a mountain hike anyway? On top of this, the condition of the bones indicated that he would have been incredibly frail by the time he passed away. There is no way this man made this thing alone, leading me to believe that Kinji Iwamura, perhaps, wasn't the only one to die there.
Yeah, it's separate.
Consider this. Kinji is on the hike, and somewhere during his climb, encounters someone else out there. The two are both on their way to the mountain peak, and so they pair up and continue their trek together. As the fog rolls in, the two begin to undergo equally critical errors, making their turn at fake safe rock and getting lost down the mountain's south end. Injured, one of them makes a recording while the other pleads to keep going. And so they continue downward, cross the river, and make it to the wetland.
Oh, no, but the recording says help me, right?
Where Kinji lies in agony. It's possible that this other hiker, for some reason, had an axe, and over the next few days, made this sign with incredibly limited help from Kinji. Kinji knows he can't go any further, though. And so, in a final fit of desperation, the other hiker grabs a handful of supplies and takes off to find them help. In a way, this could explain why police never found an axe. This could explain why the voice on the recording wasn't Kenji. And this, potentially, could explain how this sign was even made in the first place. The human body can go 3 days without water, and perhaps this unknown person used their last in a final push for rescue. At the end of it all, though, they would never make it and instead would die a slow death. Surrounded by darkness, by wilderness, and in a forest. Completely abandoned. Perhaps their body is still out there, but we just haven't found it yet. It's a tragic end to someone who may not even exist, but goddammit, it's the only way this story makes any sense. Kenji Iwamura had to have gotten help from someone else on the mountain that night. There is just no way in which he couldn't have.
I was gonna say, is that it? Okay, I was gonna say, what? If it ended like that, that would have been...
I refuse to believe that there was just one person on Mount Asahidake that night. The circumstances are just too extraordinary for one to pull this off alone. The broken bones, the stranger on the tape, the rapid closure, someone migrating literal tons of weight after vital injuries. Everything about this conflicts with the reality of the situation we've been given. These theories, as far-fetched as they are the only way this makes any sense in my brain. And even then, I'm still assuming that someone had an axe, assuming that an entire second person was there, and assuming that this other person died and was never found elsewhere on the mountain. No matter which way we approach this, nothing makes sense without drawing vectors to things that may or may not have happened. And to me, that's what makes this incident so incredibly perplexing. The man on the recording never stated that he was with someone. And even if we assume that Kenji wasn't alone, the only way this story makes any sort of sense, it's almost like the two of them never even knew the other existed. It's like two people encountered the exact same spot, just on completely different timelines. It goes without saying that we can theorize for hours about what took place on Mount Asahidake and how the SOS sign, given the evidence we currently have, shouldn't exist. But out of everything, the one detail that haunts me most about this is the simple fact that at the end of everything, the police have never formally identified the bones as belonging to Kenji. And this is after they were reclassified to belonging to a male, after this story spread to the world around them, and after the mystery surrounding the SOS sign and all of its bizarre inconsistencies had spearheaded this into one of the most captivating unsolved cases in history. There has never been an official answer as to who the bones belong to. And to this day, nobody knows when the SOS sign was made and who in the world built it.
Nexpo. Is that it? That's it? Yeah, good video. We. So are they just lazy? Cause like they definitely found like some DNA of like deaf older people, like people way back then. They just want to identify the bones. It has to be someone with the bones. Okay, so okay. Because I mean, it has to be like separate. It has to be separate. Game theory, nah, DAP theory. Okay.
In the world built in.
So with the 19, the night, so, but like it wasn't even Kenji though, right? Like the Kenji, the ID wasn't the same. Okay, so the ID, it wasn't the same voice as the tape recorder. So that wasn't even Kenji. That was just another person. So that kind of confirms that there was another. That kind of confirms there was another guy. You know. And maybe like he said to help me because he was on the walk. He was probably alone. Because the guy probably left to go find some help, and then he maybe like after he was like, "Yo, help me, help me, help me." Gym theory. Okay. Okay. Yo, W video, Frank. Oh, okay. So.